going to tell, right? Simply, in your last lecture, we have started with your RAID data book. Yes or no? We have started with your RAID data book and IUCN. Please recall IUCN. What we people have understood. What is the full form for the same? वो recall कीजिए फटाफट. Now, मैंने आपको at the end of lecture ये बोला था that red list contains total 8 categories of species, and that is what we are going to understand in this lecture, in this video. Am I clear? So once again, let me revise it. Your RAID data book, right? IUCN, right? The purpose of maintaining this RAID data book, or simply you can say it as a red list. What is the purpose for the same? ये सारी चीजें we people have discussed very nicely. At the end मैंने आपको ये बोला था, this red list is having total 8 categories of species, and that what we are going to understand in this lecture. So let's start it. First I am going to say the names of that 8 species, starting from first, extinct. Second one is extinct to wild, critically endangered, vulnerable, lower risk species, and data deficiency, and last one is not evaluated. Are you people getting my point? आपकी जो red list है, it contains total 8 species, 8 categories I can say. Okay, not 8 species, sorry. Sorry. 8 categories. What are these 8 categories? Number 1, extinct. ये आपको याद रहना ही चाहिए. Extinct to wild, critically endangered, vulnerable, lower risk species, data deficiency, not evaluated. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 categories we people are having. Am I clear? Okay. Now one by one we are going to understand. One by one we are going to understand all these 8 categories. So let's start it. Number 1 is extinct. Extinct का मतलब क्या होता है? वो जो particular species है, group है, taxon है, is totally eliminated. Is totally eliminated. Okay, it is completely died out. I can say वो अर्थ पे मौजूद ही नहीं है. So that is what I mean by extinct. An example for the same is dodo. Example for the same is dodo. Am I clear? One such example I have written. वैसे तो बहुत सारी species है जो at present है ही नहीं. Okay. So what I have written, if I am talking about extinct, तो ये जो taxon का मतलब मैंने आपको लिविंग वर्ल्ड में पढ़ाया था in your class 11. taxon मानी ग्रुप. taxon मानी ग्रुप. तो वो जो पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप होता है स्पीशीज का is completely eliminated or totally died out of earth. Example for the same is dodo. Am I clear? Okay. तो ये हो गया आपका extinct. Next is extinct to wild. Extinct to wild. अब इसका मतलब क्या होता है? Understand very carefully. Say for example मैंने आपको बोला कि ये पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप है ऑर्गेनिज्म का, एंड ये पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप है, इट इज प्रेजेंट इन से फॉर एग्जांपल इट इज प्रेजेंट इन हिमाचल प्रदेश ओनली. उसकी हैबिटेट हो गई हिमाचल प्रदेश, क्या हो गई? हैबिटेट हो गई. आर यू पीपल गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? नहीं समझ में आया. मैंने आपको बोला कोई एक ग्रुप ए है, वो एक स्पीशीज है, मान लीजिए वो स्पीशीज है, उसकी हैबिटेट वो कहां पे पाई जाती है? हिमाचल प्रदेश में है. इन दिस कैटेगरी द ऑर्गेनिजम्स आर सच दैट वो अपनी नेचुरल हैबिटेट में मौजूद नहीं होते. आर यू पीपल गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? मैंने बोला स्पीशीज हिमाचल प्रदेश में होती है, बट ड्यू टू सम रीजन वो उसकी नेचुरल हैबिटेट में नहीं है. तो दैट इज व्हाट आई मीन बाय extinct to wild. What I have written? Taxon absent in its natural हैबिटेट में जो नहीं पाए जाते. And we people, we humans, what we are doing for construction purposes, right? We are, see for example, we are going for deforestation. मतलब जो organism की natural habitat है, वो हमने destroy करी, वो हमने destruct करी. तो that organism can become extinct, and that is what I mean by endangered. So have a look what I have written. Facing risk of extinction in wild due to habitat loss, due to decreased habitat. Am I clear? उनके कुछ मैंने परसेंटेज नंबर लिखे हैं endangered species के. 19% mammals, 21% reptiles, 22% amphibians, 17% birds, 19% angiosperms. These are endangered. Endangered का मतलब क्या बोला मैंने? Habitat loss हुआ. Habitat loss हुआ, तो there is possibility that that particular organism is not present in its natural or expected habitat. So that is what I mean by extinct to wild. ठीक है? तो that is endangered. That is endangered. कि भाई ये हो सकता है. Okay? चलो, if we are talking about India, तो India is having 332 animals and 325 plants. एग्जाम्पल लिखा है मैंने. right? Yes. Am I clear? Of this 8 categories, total कितनी categories है बच्चों? 8 categories. 4 categories are threatened species. 4 categories है ना? 4 categories are considered as a threatened species. कौन सी? Critically endangered, vulnerable and lower risk. ठीक है? So these are your threatened species. Critically endangered, vulnerable, lower risk species. They form your threatened species. Am I clear? 2 more are added to this. ये 4 तो है ही है. 2 more are added to threatened species and that are rare species and intermediate species. अब rare species का मतलब क्या होता है? This species are present, मतलब population जो होती है ये species की is very less. Population size is very small. मैंने क्या बोला? Rare species का मतलब क्या होता है? इनकी जो population होती है, population size is small. So they are having risk of extinction due to predation, right? Due to any kind of disease condition, जो कि population is small है. Population कैसी बोली मैंने? Small है. So they are having risk of extinction. Okay, example लिखे हैं मैंने, देखो यहाँ पे clouded leopard. We are having Hawaiian monk seal. We are having great Indian bustard. Am I clear? These are rare species. मतलब इनकी population ही कम है, which is scattered or localized at some place, which is thinly scattered. Thinly scattered का मतलब क्या है भाई? 4 यहाँ पे, 4 वहाँ पे, 4 वहाँ पे, like that. Thinly scattered or localized at one place. आठों के 8 एक साथ, लेकिन population कैसी है? Small है. So they are having high risk of predation. Of course, prey-predator relationship आपको पता है. Any kind of pandemic situation, small population will be affected more in comparison to large population, right? And we are having intermediate species. This kind of species is also having risk of extinction, but cause is unknown. Cause is unknown. Example क्या लिखा है मैंने, देखो यहाँ पे 3-banded armadillo. We are having Mexican prairie dog. Am I clear? So these are example of intermediate species, right? So dear student, this is your red list having 8 categories. 8 में से 4 are threatened species, critically endangered, vulnerable, lower risk. 2 more added, plus 2. Rare species, intermediate species. Rare species की population size कम है, उसकी वजह से they are facing risk of extinction. Intermediate species, again they are threatened species, but the reason of extinction is not known. Am I clear? So dear student, this is your lecture and